Okay, so now I'm a bit switching roles, and as I told you, I have been in nature communications, which is quite a specific area of communications in general, for about 10 years, and I have worked with over 20 campaigns and also day-to-day communication, but today we don't have too much time, so I will share with you just one insight that I think today for me, for my work, is a very important one. So Latvian Fund for Nature sometimes is called Latvian Fund for Grasslands because most of our projects are devoted to grasslands, and we have about 6 ongoing projects that tackle different aspects of grasslands. But why? It's because the grassland situation in Latvia is very sad and dire. The grasslands are a disappearing habitat, as we don't have polar bears that disappear due to climate change, but we have our grasslands that are diminishing. So there is less than 1% of grasslands left in territory of Latvia, and 100 years ago it was 30%. At the same time, it's the most species diverse and rich ecosystem in our region, so the loss is very painful for us as people, for ecosystem. And this is ecosystem that is very much linked with human and human actions. What do we do in nature on our land? And therefore directly depends on the decisions of landowners. But who cares about grasslands when we look to the larger public in Latvia? These are the results from public opinion survey, and we can see that a loss of biodiversity is a concern for just 4% of the participants of the survey. People care about things that they see. Deforestation, a clear cut is something that you can see. Waste is something that you can see, so visual problems are problems that people recognize. Loss of biodiversity in meadows, well, it's probably most of you in this room can see that, but people outside not so much. And yes, so we are with this less than 1% of grasslands, and what to do about that. The general environment is not helping as well. So you can see this is a summary of the top 15 keywords in Latvian media scene, and you can see that environment, nature, climate, sustainability is not amongst them. What the media environment is about, it's government, local government, sports, culture, energy, war, of course, war, security and defense, healthcare, inflation, everything in our everyday life that is the situation today in the world is really worrisome. And just a few years ago, still environment and climate and sustainability were amongst these top 15 key topics in media environment. So something has changed, and we know that it was COVID, it was war, we have a very tough geopolitical situation, and the people just don't have energy, time to care about nature. They worry about war, and when they stop reading news about the war, they are not going to read the next news about how we are losing habitat. They are reading news about sports and entertainment. So at the same time, also in EU level, the state of Green Deal is not so stable anymore. We have all the deregulation efforts from the side of Commission, and it's losing the priority in the agenda. And grasslands are moving to a place where we put things that we will have when we have all the other things, like nice to have, like luxuries. But we know, and you know, that grasslands and also other ecosystems are not luxuries. They are the very foundation of our existence, and therefore they are also a foundation of our security. But how can we let other people to know that and to understand that? So here are just some randomly chosen approaches that I have observed in nature communication. So let's give people more information and let's educate them. So it's not working because we live in the era of information overload and also in the era of post-truth where facts and data are not so important anymore. So let's take the modern communication instruments and increase the awareness of nature crisis. And sometimes it is efficient, but at the end of the day, people get really tired of alarmism and they are really tired of yet another crisis. And we just don't want to take it anymore. We want to sit down at the evening, have our glass of wine, and chat with friends about something nice and funny, and maybe look at some TikTok videos. Another approach, let's show them the beauty of nature, and also sometimes it works, and it always attracts people. This is a picture of one of the meadows, and they're immensely beautiful, and like in the Greek example, the photos, extremely beautiful. Like the beauty of nature is a force, but people say, yes, it's very nice, we like to look at them, we like to click like and share, but first we need to eat, and then we will care about this beautiful things. So it's not really working, and what do we need to get our message through, to make people be on our side? So we need something that is familiar. We need something that is not like from a doomsday movie, but something that is positive. And we need something that is relatable. So the insight that I wanted to share with you today is the social practice approach. So what is a social practice? It's something that we all together as different groups in society do every day. Our routines that we socially share and that are shaped by many different factors like infrastructure, our values, our habits. But the essence is that we do it together, we do it day after day. We all commute, we all eat, we all deal with our trash cans, we all get some education, we all go to doctors, we do shopping, we do cleaning, and the thing that we did, we looked at the social practices that we, or different groups of people do together, and we tried to add to them a message about nature. In our case, it's grasslands. So in Latvia, midsummer celebration is a huge thing. Like all the country shuts down for 3 days, and a part of the celebration is making flower crowns. And we invited people to make the crowns, but to use flowers from natural meadows. And the message was, it will not be easy, because there's only less than 1% of the meadows left. And so the response was pretty good. People sent us the crowns. The crowns were different. Some crowns were from the natural grasslands, some were from gardens. And Luckily, I think there were none from goldenrods or some other invasive species. And also media like that, because this is something everyone makes a crown. So take this social practice, add another layer of meaning to that. Yeah, the results were quite nice. Another thing that people do, they like making flower compositions. And we have a problem of invasive species, and we have Canadian goldenrod, and we invited to make compositions, flower compositions, and in that way to fight against the invasive species, to make something beautiful and also useful for nature. And also to send us the pictures of compositions. And my colleagues, experts, are not very happy that I ask them to evaluate like 100 different photos and choose 3 winners. Yeah. Another thing, what we do in autumn, we all rake leaves. I don't know how is the situation in other countries, but Latvians are pretty obsessed with raking leaves and making everything as clean and ordered as possible. And what we did last autumn, we said, let's look at habitat, wooded meadow, which is one of the most species diverse habitat on Earth, and nobody rakes leaves there. So let's learn from the wooded meadow and let's leave the leaves. Not all of them, of course, we need to gather some, but let's leave half. So we used this 50-50 principle and also invited people to show how they implement that. And people also sent in pictures, and this was very, very well perceived in Latvian media. And went outside of the green bubble. Then just some other examples. We had the courage and the initiative to put all our grassland projects together and create an event which is devoted to nature-friendly practices, a meadow festival. Now we have had already 3 of them, and I could talk about Meadow Festival for another hour, but we can do that in the work session maybe later. And last but not the least, a project that is a part of the LatViaNature IP project and was already mentioned here a couple of times, Grassland product label. From one side, it is a motivational scheme for farmers to motivate them to manage grassland sustainably and to get some benefit for them. But also it's connected to a social practice because we all eat. And you will have a chance to eat these really delicious grassland products when you go to the event after the conference. This is just for curbing up your appetite. And this is all from me, and thank you for your attention.